Holy shit, guys. It has finally happened. Months and months of continuous blue balling, and we finally have Sombra. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Sombra's details, her abilities, even a animated short has been released. Now, before we get started, yes, I was wrong. I kind of half hoped she'd be a tank, but it turns out she's an offensive character. Would you guys believe that? It's just absolutely nuts. But we'll get into that in a second. So, unfortunately, I do not have any gameplay of Sombra at this current time. In fact, she's scheduled to be released onto the PTR by next week. So when that time comes, probably going to be a Tuesday, right? Assuming Blizzard sticks to their Tuesday release schedules. I'll give you guys my actual first impressions of Sombra and her gameplay and how she plays and all that. But that doesn't mean that I don't have some details on numbers for her abilities and all that good stuff. We have quite a bit to go over, but I'm not going to go through everything they've covered for Overwatch at BlizzCon. Let's focus primarily on Sombra and kind of what the information is out there right now. Of course, be sure to check out the animated short and origin story for Sombra. I'll list those two down in the description for you guys. Would highly recommend checking those out. But moving on here, guys, to the actual abilities to Sombra. It's been talked about, it's been speculated, but we finally have our hands on a full, somewhat detailed list. Now, obviously, I'm sure all of you guys can read, so let's just follow along, pull it up on your own browser here. I'll link it down in the description. We're going to go through every single ability and talk about the more detailed numbers and quirks about it. Now, all the information that I'm going to be drawing from is not from my own personal experience, but rather from the experiences of people playing Sombra at the BlizzCon event. So take that with a grain of salt. First and foremost, Sombra has 200 HP. She's a bit tankier than Tracer. Honestly, you know what? I would say she's right about average for an offensive hero. Now, let's talk about her very first quote-unquote ability, right? The machine pistol. Now, this is a weapon that we've kind of seen in the earlier leak of her. Basically, it's a fully automatic machine pistol firing short-range spread. The numbers here are 60 rounds in each magazine with a bloom similar to that of Tracer's pistols. So obviously it's not going to be like the assault rifle that Soldier 76 gets, and it's going to be more strictly like a very, very close range type spray type weapon. Sombra's next ability is her hack ability, which is kind of similar to that of Ana's sleep, that it disables enemies for a short time. However, what's interesting about the hacking ability is that it's effectively the silence ability that we've all been speculating for so long. Hacking, she can hack health packs to disable for enemies, but also increase refresh rate of these health packs for allies. Now, I've heard that she can actually hack multiple health packs, so she can even just shut down an entire region of the map, which is pretty handy. The health packs stay hacked for about a minute. That's kind of what people are saying right now. The hack does take about a second to activate, and if she gets hit by damage, it will just stop hacking. So there are limits to it, and it does not go through Reinhardt's shield. Now, probably the most interesting bit of this hacking ability for me is that if you lock onto an enemy for the 1 second or however long it takes to activate and you silence them, it will also tell you whether or not their ultimate is ready. It gives you that little check mark above them. So I think that's amazing. Cooldown, though, on the hack ability is roughly 12 seconds at the time of recording this video. Now, the next ability is, of course, the Thermoptic Camo. This makes Sombra invisible. This is kind of the thing that we've all been waiting for. The stealth hero is finally here, guys. Some numbers here for you guys on the invisibility. It's got a 6-second cooldown, 6-second duration. That's what I've been hearing. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me. Feel free to correct me on anything, by the way. If any of the details I list out here are incorrect, let me know down in the comments and I'll tag it up in the description. But anyways, invisibility, 6-second cooldown, 6-second duration. I already said that. Gives complete invisibility unless you're really, really close. If you're really, really close, you can see a bit of a shimmer. That's what people are saying. Detection type abilities like Widow ult or Sonic Arrow from Hanzo, they can see through this invisibility. So interesting kind of counter here. Taking damage, attacking, using abilities, this all disables the camo. kind of a given. She also runs like twice the speed. So this friggin' invisibility ability is going to be ridiculously powerful, man. I don't know. Like if it's 6-second duration, 6-second cooldown, and twice the movement speed, oh man, this is going to be interesting. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Again, you know, she's not even on the PTR yet. Moving on though to the Locator. Now this is kind of reminds me of Tracer's abilities with the whole teleportation thing. It's got a 6-second cooldown, but you have to use it within 15 seconds before it expires. Apparently it can't be destroyed, which seems ridiculous to me, but apparently it can't be destroyed. And supposedly there's also a visual indicator to show the general direction of where Sombra teleported. I think this is going to be a great escape as well as a sort of flanking tool here, paired with her invisibility. Holy crap, she's going to be like... she's going to be an amazing flanker. But yeah, that's a teleporter ability. One thing that they did not mention here on this ability page is that she actually has a passive. I think it's called Opportunist. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Opportunist allows her to see enemies below half health through walls. This reminds me a lot of a hero called Bloodseeker from Dota. If you guys are familiar with that MOBA game, this seems ridiculously powerful and great for kind of identifying weak pickoffs here. And it goes really well with her kit. I can see this being really powerful. But yeah, we haven't even gotten to the ultimate yet, guys. The ultimate is EMP. It's basically her hack ability times like 1,000. It's an AoE type burst, which takes down enemy barriers, shields, and hacks all the opponents caught in the blast. Yeah, it's ridiculously powerful. I can see it pairing really well with Zarya's ultimate, just because it actually goes through shields and silences a bunch of enemies. It's based on line of sight, no casting time, so it's pretty much instant, and it's got a giant range. Yeah, this ultimate is really amazing. I feel like, you know, her kit overall, it's not like a straight offense, right? It's more like a mix between offense, recon, and support. It's quite interesting. But yeah, that's kind of the roundup of Sombra's abilities and all the details that I can find so far. Again, if I missed anything or if I listed out anything incorrectly, let me know. This is, I'm assuming, an early version of Sombra. We're probably going to see some numbers tweaks before the PTR or even after the PTR. But yeah, my sincerest apologies for not including any gameplay here. I don't want to include stuff that's not mine, and unfortunately, I didn't go to BlizzCon. So there's tons of gameplay going on right now from the live streamers at BlizzCon, and I'm sure you guys, if anything, will see gameplay from me when she gets released out to the PTR next week. So last thing before we go here is, looks like she has a legendary skin that was teased. Just one so far, just one, but it looks sexy. The Los Muertos skin. Holy cow. Actually, just kidding, I think there's two. There's Cyber Skin, and then there's Los Muertos. So yeah, I mean, check those out. I don't even know which one I would want, man. They're both really sexy. But anyways, there's probably going to be more information by the time I post this. I'll try to make a follow-up Sombra video. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this video, or at least found it informative. And see you guys in the next video.